Hello guys and welcome back to my my YouTube channel. I am laughing because today I realized that I've spent 2 weeks of like resting and not doing like a lot of activities, and I am beginning to get fat. But well, that is not the reason I am making this video. I am making this video to clear certain myth, or should I say misconceptions about like the GKS application track, because some people are like, oh, do I stand a better chance if I apply through the university track, or do I stand a better chance if I apply through the embassy track? So that is the primary reason why I am making this video by 2 a.m. I don't even know. But yes, to begin with, if you know or you do not know, I have been making some GKS content for some time now, and I'm very happy with like the engagement and interactions I've been seeing on my posts, and I would want to say thank you so much. I hope I am able to answer everybody's question to a certain degree that satisfies whatever they've come out to look for or whatever they are curious about. And also, I have been awarded, or I was awarded with the Global Career Scholarship for Graduates Program 2024. So I am currently in South Korea at Sogang University undergoing my um, language year, which afterwards I will proceed to my master's degree. So, yes, I am here to answer the question based on my experience and based on the knowledge which I have as someone who has also applied for the Global Career Scholarship. Okay, so which track is better? Well, if I'm to ask you people, what would you even say, or how, which would you say is better? Mm, I don't know, but when it comes to deciding what track is better or which track is better is all up to you. To be honest, it's a personal thing, and also based on like your strategy for application, and also how you've been able to prepare for it. Because I'll use the graduate program as a reference point, because that is what I know better. For the graduate program, we have like 7 slots for the embassy track, and we had 7 slots for the embassy track and 11 for the university track. So you see that there'll be like a lot of persons who would want to apply for the embassy track, reason being that it is cost effective, it is easier to apply to because it's within Nigeria. And if you know GKS well enough, you know that you do not have to there's nothing like an online application. Everything you're doing is offline, like physical, like they need to see those documents. So people, I think people tend to apply for embassy track the most because it is cost effective. It saves the cost of sending documents down to South Korea, considering that you already spend a lot of money trying to do legalization, authentication, printing out those documents and stuff like that. So number one, cost effectiveness. While on the other hand, if you're to apply for university track, it means you need to consider saving up or having that amount of money to be able to put your documents and send them down to Korea via any career service, either DHL or any of them. That will even be faster for you to deliver on time. Because another thing you need to look at is the fact that if your application is one that maybe you did not finish putting your documents together on time, the Korea Cultural Center where you would submit via embassy track is within Nigeria. You can easily go there, even if you're not within Abuja. You can send those documents down and somebody will help you submit them. It saves time. But if you were to send it down to South Korea via any courier service, it might take like a week. It might take a couple of days and stuff like that. And if you do not finish on time, you might not be able to meet the deadline and you might miss it. So things you have to put into consideration when you're deciding what track is better for you. You need to put down cost effectiveness, Is it will I be able to afford the cost of sending down to South Korea, or should I just do the embassy track? And also you need to put into consideration the time, the duration which you have. The tricky thing again is that university track usually have like a longer time duration for their deadline. So for example, the embassy track might close 2nd of October, or like in 2 weeks time, whereas university track takes like 3 weeks before the application deadline. So university track usually have like a little bit extra time for you to prepare and submit your documents to the university. And as I stated earlier, I'm going to use graduate program as a reference point. For the graduates, I know that another thing again is the embassy track has a limited or less quota compared to the university track, which means like embassy track has a quota of 8 persons. That means they can only get to select 8 persons, whereas for university track they have up to 11 persons that the universities can be able to select. That means if you submit through the embassy track, just have at the back of your mind that you're going to be amongst the 8 persons whom will get selected. So it might be 8, it might be 7 rather, because 8 a reserve candidate, that's 8, but like 7 or so thereabouts. Whereas if you are to send your document via the university track, then there is a higher probability, because there are more there is a higher chance, because there are more slots for the university application. So you need to also put that into consideration. So I think that's another reason why, if people do not people attempt the embassy track first, and when they do not get it, then they make that sacrifice of, I said sacrifice because it's a lot of money. They make the sacrifice of sending their documents down to South Korea for the whole application. So you can also do that. You can also decide to try both quotas or both track. You can do the embassy track. If it does not work, like if you do not get to the interview stage, then you still have that room to send your documents via a career service down to the respective university which you want to apply to. So you also have to put that into consideration as well, like which track do I think I stand a higher chance of being selected on that, because like I said, embassy track is more competitive because a lot of people can afford or find the place where they have to submit their documents more proximity. I don't know what grammar I'm trying to speak, but there is more proximity to Nigerians, to us, than sending documents down to South Korea. So when they see that, oh, the embassy is here, or the Korean Cultural Center is here, why do I need to waste money, or why do I need to like invest or put that money out to send my documents to South Korea? So that's why you see the embassy tend to receive a higher amount of application compared to the universities. Sometimes universities have 11 slots, but they might not get people to fill that 11 slots. Maybe they get only 10 people. That one slot is free. Why? Because nobody submitted documents to the university, or probably they have 2 free slots. Why? Because affordability. So don't think that there is a better track than the other. It's still the same process. It's even crazy because the university track even has the embassy track even has like a more longer application process, whereas the university track has a more longer wait, in the sense that if you apply via the embassy track, you have to go through 3 rounds of selection, which is the first round selection, the second round selection, the third round selection. Whereas if you apply through the university track, you have only 2 rounds of selection, the first and second. However, after the first round of selection, it takes like, I think, roughly a month, but there's that long duration of wait before the final announcement. Because when the embassy track is doing their second round selection, university track applicants have to wait. That means they are waiting on the edge because they don't even know the end result. They only know that they passed the first round, but they don't know their fate for the second round. So they have to wait until when the university track have finished their second round selection. Then all the lists are being piled together and released by NIIED on the website. So that's another thing you need to factor. Like, there are a lot of things you need to put into consideration, and that's why I said from the beginning that deciding on what track to apply for is a personal decision, and also is based on strategy. I don't know. Yes, it's based on strategy because you need to strategize, you need to plan properly, you need to think of what works for you as an individual, and also what you are able to do as an individual. So yes, instead of going about asking people what track did you apply through so that you can compare statistics, I am telling you how it works now, so that you don't go about asking people and start overthinking. This is just the plain strategy of how it works. First of all, you as an individual, what can you afford to apply for? Can you afford to apply for the embassy track, or can you afford to apply for the university track? And also, second of all, the strategy is you need to know the quota. The university track has a lesser quota but more competitive. The embassy track has a lesser quota but more competitive, whereas the university track has a higher quota but less competitive. But I believe over the years, as people get to know about these things, the university track will also become very, very competitive, as much as the embassy track will be. And a lot of people want to save up and apply to the university track because it's something everybody wants to experience, everybody wants to be able to achieve. So yes, I am putting out the strategy here. So I hope I did justice to this to a certain degree. I hope I have been able to make like a clear explanation to the university and the embassy track thing, because I see people asking, oh, what track did you apply to? What track? It's not about comparing statistics, it's about personal decision and strategy. So you have to make that decision now, and you have to plan your strategy, do it, map out everything you want to do now. Do you plan on applying to the embassy track, and then if you do not get it, you apply to a university? Make that decision now. Do you plan on applying strictly to an embassy track? Make that decision now. Do you plan on applying to a university track? Make that decision now and save that amount of money which you need for that application now. Don't wait until January next year. No. Don't wait until January next year. Don't wait until 2 weeks to February. Don't wait until February. Do not. When it comes to GKS, I always emphasize, or I always try to make people understand that you should not do a rush work, or you should not try to work under pressure during the application. Rather, you should be calm, because it's a lot of mental stress, to be very honest. It's quite demanding, and it's a lot mentally. The whole waiting process, the whole will I get selected, will I not get selected, it's a lot of stress. And also the whole preparation for interviews, it's just a lot. So do not wait until the dying minute before you start making decisions or you start doing anything. Just have your plans laid out so that you know exactly what you're doing and exactly what you're aiming for. And I wish everybody applying this year for the undergraduate program the very best. I really, 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 really wish you guys the very best, because it is a very, very good experience indeed to study in a foreign country. I don't know, like, it's a good experience, but like, aside like the whole K-drama, K-pop influence thing, is really a good experience to be in a foreign country like South Korea to receive education. And also, yes, to those planning on applying next year, I also wish you guys the very best. during the course of your preparation, and all the best. If you have any questions regarding the application, mainly for GKS G, which is the GKS graduate program, please ask your questions. However, even if you ask questions for GKSU, to the best of my knowledge, I will try to answer them. But for things that I do not know so well, please bear with me if I am not able to give you like the best responses which you're looking out for. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you found this video very resourceful, don't forget to share, to like, and also to invite more people to join our community. Thank you and bye.